All rise. Judge Vonda B court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1039, White case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Mrs. White, what brings you here today?
Well, Judge Vonda, nice to see you again. You look beautiful.
Thank you. Nice to see you too. And it's interesting to see you sitting on this side.
Yes, well.
With Mr. White?
Yes, Damien is here today. He's finally back from building that bridge.
Right, but it's interesting that you're here making a request because...
Buckle up, guys. Today we're stepping into Judge Vonda B's courtroom, where things kick off with polite smiles, but a storm quietly brews beneath the surface. Mrs. White, once a fierce critic of child support, claims, is now on the other side of the bench, asking for financial help from the same man she once defended. This reversal of roles sets the tone perfectly. She admits to being blinded by love, and already the irony is thick. It's clear, we're not just dealing with child support. We're about to watch karma play out in real time. And Judge Vonda? She's already picking up on the energy shift. Get ready. What starts as polite pleasantries is about to turn personal, and fast.
The last time you were here, his ex-wife was making a request for child support, and you gave her such a hard time.
Well, you know, back then I was so blinded by love and a bunch of other things, and now
Isn't that ironic?
Dollar signs.
Yes, I believe that I have definitely learned my lesson, and karma has definitely come around.
Okay, well, you said it, but continue. What brings you here?
So I would like to request child support for our two beautiful children.
Okay.
I cannot send them to school on my own. I don't want to pull them out. You know, they have their friends and they're doing so well, and I would hate to make them change schools.
Okay, and you said that you're paying tuition?
Yes.
Are you paying it, or is Mr. White paying it?
Well, when we were together, we were paying it. But, you know, now that I have to find a new job and to subsequent the money that I no longer have coming in, I need his help.
Okay. All right. And how much is tuition?
Tuition is about $5,000 a year per child.
Okay. Per year?
Yes.
Okay. This better be a pretty great school.
Yeah. It's connected to Yale and Harvard.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
All right, guys, here's where the real stakes begin to surface. Mrs. White lays out her struggle, paying $10,000 a year for elite private school tuition, and unable to sustain it alone. She's not just asking for help. She's begging to keep her kids' lives stable. Her tone softens, but her urgency is loud. And the big reveal? This school's connected to Yale and Harvard, raising the question, is this about education or status? Meanwhile, Damien walks in late with swagger and excuses, casually claiming he was off building bridges in Italy. But the tension? That's building faster than any bridge. Because Mrs. White clearly didn't know the full truth. This is about to get messy.
So, how was the bridge? Because you definitely didn't show up for court the last time.
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm guessing everything went well.
I'm a civil engineer, Your Honor, and I was in Italy for a conference, not the building of the Bridge of Gibraltar.
Oh, okay.
You must have lied to me.
Well, she didn't know.
Apparently didn't know that there's a large step up from being housewife to employed.
Oh. I caught that. Continue.
So I'm currently paying the insurance for our children.
Okay. And how much is that?
$500?
$500. Okay. And that's for both children?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Continue.
Now, I don't understand exactly why my loving wife would think that...
Things take a sharp turn as Damien tries to shut it all down with a cold dose of reality. He's covering insurance, $500 for both kids, but insists he's the only one providing while she just spends. Oof. Judge Vonda steps in to keep order, but this moment reveals the raw conflict at the heart of their divorce. It's not just about numbers. It's about resentment, power, and two totally different perspectives on who's pulling weight. He frames her as financially useless. She frames him as emotionally absent. And in that small courtroom, you can feel the pressure mounting. This isn't just a child support case. It's a reckoning.
In combination that we are paying for our children, considering I'm the only one that works. And quite frankly, she does not.
Okay.
And only spends.
That's
Okay.
not true. That's not true.
Ma'am, he's speaking. Okay. So you guys are going through a divorce. She now is getting ready to work because she's not working yet, right?
From what I'm told, Your Honor, yes.
Okay. And this tuition, is it accurate what she said?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. That's a pretty expensive school, but I mean, if, you know, it has its affiliations, I definitely understand. $500 for health insurance, and how many other children do you have?
Just the one other with my ex-wife.
Okay. And then you all have two together. All right. And I do have your child support amount. Giving you credit for the health insurance as well as credit for your other children. Your child support amount comes out to $1,000.
Here comes the hammer, guys. Judge Vonda drops the official child support ruling, $1,391 a month. It's a moment of clarity and finality. But the judge isn't done. She makes it crystal clear that this support will not stretch to cover elite school tuition. If Mrs. White wants the kids to stay there, she has to make up the difference. It's a real-world wake-up call. You can feel the shift as Mrs. White nods in acceptance, maybe even defeat. There's no room left for illusions here. Judge Vonda doesn't just serve the law, she serves reality. And in this moment, both parties are forced to confront theirs.
$1,391. Okay, now let me explain to you how that affects you. You're definitely going to have to get a job.
Oh, I do have a job.
Well, you're definitely going to have to continue working that job, because if you notice, his child support is only about close to $1,400. You said tuition is about $5,000 a year per child.
Right.
So after he pays child support, he does not have to give you anything extra. You understand that?
Oh, I completely understand.
And you understand that you will be covering the difference.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you're okay with that?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Is there anything further? Sounds pretty straightforward to me.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, anything further?
Can I just let you know that I do have a legitimate job?
This part's quietly powerful. Mrs. White, almost as if trying to reclaim her dignity, finally asserts she does have a job, a legit one, her own hair care business. It's not dramatic, but it's real. A woman trying to stand back up after being written off. The judge listens, acknowledges, and congratulates, but keeps it neutral. There's no Hollywood moment here, just a woman stating her worth, and a court moving on. And that subtle simplicity, it hits harder than shouting ever could. This is where pride, pressure, and personal growth all collide in just a few lines.
Okay, like I have my own hair care business. It's starting
I
up.
thought that was a question for me. Are you talking to him?
Well, I'm just letting both of you know that I do have a legitimate job.
Okay,
you
great.
know, and it's
Congratulations.
doing pretty well.
That is wonderful. Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
All right, guys, let's wrap it up. Judge Vonda closes the case with her signature clarity. No frills, no drama, just the truth. The parties are divorcing, child support is locked in, and the father will continue covering insurance. That's it. Clean, fair, final. And that's what makes this courtroom session satisfying. Not because it exploded, but because it resolved. In a world where many conflicts drag on, this one reached a conclusion both parties accepted. Sometimes, justice isn't loud, it's measured. And here, that quiet authority hits like a gavel. Case closed.